Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici. Welcome, my friends. My name is Vincenzo, and welcome to my channel, Fountain Pen Therapy. Well, folks, it's skeleton pen time. As you saw in my preview, I received the 3 pens finally. These things took a long time. I don't know why. I had ordered these things way back when. I wanted to get them to you as quickly as possible. You know, it's Christmas time for, to buy some gifts, etc. And so I finally got them. I've got the Majon, I've got the Jinao, and I've got the Hongdian A6. So we'll be reviewing this one after the other. Today, in this video, it's Hongdian A6 time. Beautiful silver and blue resin. Very nice. As usual, I think they've got another winner here, folks. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're back with the pen. Here it is, folks. What I noticed is, well, first of all, this is the silver with the blue resin. And I just want to show you the different options that are open for you guys. As you can see, you have that silver blue, which is the subject pen that I decided to purchase. Then you have the gold. And then you have that kind of matte or satin or darker silver. And you know, in hindsight, that's the one I should have got. But I know that Chris Rapp has reviewed that one. So if you guys are interested in seeing what that color gives, I believe that's the one that Chris Rapp just reviewed, if I'm not mistaken. Or perhaps it's somebody else, but I know I've seen it, and that's one when I said to myself, maybe I should have, should have taken that one. But you know what? The silver one that I'm dealing with is just as good, so we'll take it from there. So here it is. Beautiful, beautiful. And what I've noticed is that Hongdian has kind of upped its game with some of the trimmings here. Again, we see this kind of dazzling trimming with the 2 rings that are, embossed and in the light they kind of reflect. So we see that ring has now become like part of their design. Very nice. And you got a similar design etching here with the little lines in this ring right here on the piston knob. It's got a beautiful finial, by the way. Let me just see if I could focus here. Yeah, and that's where you have your Hongdian A6, by the way. It's not in the ring here. You'll find it in the finial, but I like that finial. It's kind of a transparent with a blue background. And look with the light, it plays with the silver. Isn't that interesting? Very nice. Clip, like usual, stiff but very functional. So there you have it. Kind of flat finials. That overlay is very, very, very smooth, I must say. The only thing you feel is really the design or the embossing on the overlay itself. There is some edges. It's not perfectly smooth, but certainly nothing that would be intrusive to your touch. I like that finial. Again, there's kind of bevels there. It just adds so much to the design. There's there's little embossing everywhere, which just makes this pen really, really nice. Oh, by the way, I just noticed the clip is that arrow clip, which I believe is in the Q5? Where was it? A Q1? Anyway, that big Dynasty edition, and I forget the number. I think that's where I saw that clip with the arrow, which is a nice touch. So that's essentially the outside of the pen. Let's see, uncapping it, how many turns. That's 1, So maybe 1.25, I would say. There's that nib. First of all, the brand new feed that Hongdian is using now. I think it works just as nicely as the other one, but I find this one a little bit prettier. Very nice. It kind of reminds you of a ebonite feed, but it's plastic. And there's that standard Hongdian nib, and this comes in fine and extra fine. Again, it's too bad they don't have that option for medium, because that's the one I would have preferred. But you can get your medium nibs, exactly the same styling, the same size. You can order them separately, and maybe that's the game there, is for you to spend another $20 getting the nibs. And I think you can get them in gold, you can get them in silver, and you can get them in black finish. So, because I've got a few extras there. But I didn't change this up just so that you could see what the fine does in this pen. As to that section, for a metal pen, the pen is fairly light, just because the overlay, it's not a solid metal pen. It is a hollow, and that section is kind of sticky, so which is good news. And those rings embossed there just add to the nice touch. The threads are very smooth, not intrusive at all. So there you have it. Now let me just step back a little bit so you could take a look at whether or not it posts. Well, folks, it does post, but I don't know. It's not the best posting. I kind of have to really push it in. Once you do that, it stays there. I think it's a little back-weighted, but it's doable. Okay, for those of you who absolutely need to post, it's doable just because, again, the overlay, is hollow. So it's not a pen that's completely metal. But I got to tell you, that cap weighs, and it does make the pen, I think, a little unbalanced. And the posting is not the most secure. Does it interfere with the piston? I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so, which is good news. But again, it's not the most efficient posting in my view. Yes, it's a piston filler, as I mentioned earlier. Again, I invite you to take a look at Chris Rapp's video. He's been doing this for a while, and he kind of, I believe he's the one who takes it all apart, and he tries to get the maximum filling capacity in that chamber by dismantling the whole system and kind of playing around with the piston so that you can maximize the capacity there. I don't have the confidence that he does. He's more of a technical guy. I think he's an engineer and he knows what he's doing. Yes, I think I can probably manage removing the piston for cleaning purposes, but I'm not going to fool around. I think I have enough capacity there, frankly. So I'm not going to venture into that. But for those of you who feel, experiments are fun, these pens are not $1,000 pens, take a look at Chris Rapp's video and he'll show you exactly how it's done. So there you have it. In terms of the cap, there is is it just one big plastic or is there a lining? Yeah, there is a complete, like an inner sleeve there, a plastic inner sleeve, which should make this, so there's no step down, but there's, the whole sleeve is plastic, so it should make this pen, I would think, sealed, seal-proof, as they say, but I guess only time will tell. So that's that. So here you go, folks. That's the in and the out of this pen, very, very nice. Look at just to take a look at that resin, that blue transparent resin, very, very nice. And the play of the light on that silver with all of the intricate embossing, which just makes it glitter even more. It's just, you know what, I never thought that I would fall in love with metal pens, but this company has got me going, as they say, got me going. There you go. So what I propose next is that we do a size comparison and look at some measurements and then a writing sample. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. What I'm showing you here is these are two pen cases that I bought from a company by the name, I believe they're Contacts Leather Store on Etsy. Very nice, very, very functional, fairly good quality, and at an extremely affordable price. This is the blue one, and the way this works is that you pull out the sleeve and you can put in your pens. It's a 6 pen. I think you can get a 10 or a 12 pen, and maybe even smaller, a 3 pen. Yes, you can kind of see the magnets here. Some of the higher cost or higher priced versions of this kind of hide this a little bit more, but you know what? It's pretty functional to me. I've been using this now for months and look, barely a scratch, really nice. And I decided to get this brown one and put my my logo, Fountain Pen Therapy, on it. So I'm really proud of this. It's fun, and we'll use this for my size comparison. So what I done today for you folks is the comparison that I'm going to do is with all of the these are the five wait, let me just back up a little bit here. Okay, here we go. These are the 5 skeleton pens that I have. Okay, I have the Hongdian, the Asvine, the Jinao, the other Hongdian, and the Mahjong. These are the 5, and you can see that the A6 is not as big as the Mahjong, or well, maybe it is. Mahjong, it's almost there, but certainly not as big as the monster here. The Asvine or Asvine is pretty big, but there they are. You've got the 5 of them, and of course I will be reviewing the Mahjong and the Jinao one after the other. I'm not sure which is going to go next, but you'll see that in the next couple of days they'll be on my YouTube channel, just so that you can get a quick comparison, and if you want to purchase any of these skeleton pens, well, at least you'll have my point of view or my thoughts on that. Okay, so there you have it. That's capped. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, for these leather pen cases, I will put the exact link in my description, so you'll have it there. I communicated with them for the personalization. You can put whatever you wish. Very nice man that answered back, wrote to me. He said, "Send me your logo." You know what? He actually tried it out. So he did a trial run. He put the logo, I guess, on a piece of leather, and just to try it out, he showed it to me how it would come out. And then he says, "So do we go?" And I said, "We go." And, and shortly thereafter, I received it in a nice package, fairly quick. So I encourage you, if you need a pen case and you're interested in this model, well, that company or that outfit is very, very affordable prices. So back to the review. Here you go. You have and by the way, I'm not sponsored by them. I didn't get it for free. I don't get any of these pens. I don't get any of my accessories for free. Nobody sends me anything. I buy them all. So there you go, at least for the time being. There they are, uncapped and unposted, and, fairly similar sizes. You can see that the A6 rivals with that Asvine and with the Mahjong, and is probably almost as big slightly bigger than, I should say, than the Jinao, and bigger than the other Hongdian. So there you have them, uncapped and unposted. Here you have them posted. The Majon is the biggest one, but it's just sitting at the top, and in our review we'll see how comfortably that thing is posted. The best poster, if there is such a word, would be this Hongdian. What is it? The D1. The other, I forget now what number. I think it's a D1. The other skeleton pen is the best one. The Asvine kind of, you see, it's not a great poster. It moves. The Jinao posts comfortably. So there you have the 5 pens posted. So what I propose, measurements and writing sample. I'm really looking forward to finding a nice ink to match this this blue resin, and let's see what I can come up with. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're back for the writing sample, and what I've chosen for the ink is this beautiful Mont Blanc turquoise, and you have it on my swatch right here. I think that, you know what, with that blue, it should go really, really nice. So it was either between that and the Visconti, but Visconti I'm kind of running out, so I'm going to keep it for Italian pens, if you will. And the Mont Blanc, I've got plenty in here, so we'll be inking that pen up with this Mont Blanc. And as far as the journal is concerned, I just got this, I think I mentioned I'm going to be doing a review and part 2 of my comprehensive guide to fountain pen friendly paper and journals and notebooks. In that first episode, which is turned out to be very popular, and people are thanking me for it. It was a lot of work, where I reviewed, I don't know, 60, 70 notebooks of all kinds. I've managed to gather in the last couple of months maybe another 20, maybe even more than that. Other alternatives that I want to review, so that, hopefully with the 2 parts, two videos, you'll have maybe a choice of 100 notebooks that you can take a look at your leisure, with the timestamps, obviously, because I think that first video maybe lasted an hour and a half, or I forget, but it was really long. But if you're interested in a particular notebook, hopefully it's on my list. It's all timestamped. I've given you all the links, and you're interested in a notebook, you click on it and see if does your thing. And this is one of those notebooks that I've ordered recently, and we'll be using that notebook for the writing sample. Okay, so let's open it up. I'm going to use my, this is Sanson Tomo River, so it's not the original. It's Sanson, and I think it's 200 sheets from Yamamoto Paper. It has some really, really nice selections of notebooks, I find. Very nice. So let's just, this is a notepad, which I find works better for the reviews, as opposed to journals that open up this way. It kind of squares right into the camera. So that's what one of the reasons why I've purchased these things. Okay, so let's look at this. Hongdian. A6. And it's the silver blue model. Okay. The nib is very fine, I find. Usually, I thought they were a little bit wider. The last experience I had, it could be the ink, but so the nib is a steel Hongdian number 35, as they put it, or number 6. and it's a fine. The ink is the Mont Blanc. Turquoise. So, as I was mentioning, the line is fairly thin, a little springy. I mean, take a look at that. There's a little, sorry, there I'm not focused, but there's a little spring in that nib. Can you get some line variation? Slightly. I mean, but it does feel softer. It's not a nail, put it this way, but like usual. I mean, look at this. It's just, yeah, it's a fine line, and it's not my thing, but you know what? It's just completely constant. So fast writing. I mean, take a look at this. It just doesn't skip at all. It just really, really nice. So I would say that it's very wet. Oh, wet. 1, 2, 3, just to show you. Very wet. So it's very wet. It's very smooth. It's got some pencil feedback, as some would put it. I mean, I can't even, not even a pencil feedback. I mean, it's just so smooth, very constant. I mean, it's thinnish. It's on the thinnish side in terms of line, but it's a fine. It's a fine. So, medium is the one I really like in these Hongdian nibs, but my tastes by now. So very nice in terms of dislike. Start from the dislike and get rid of it, because it's probably the only one. The dislike is the posting. It's not the greatest poster. The posting is not perfect. The Hongdian D1 posts much better and more comfortably. But the like, again, the design is just top notch. The build quality is top notch. The nib, in-house nib, is top notch. In terms of value, last time I checked these, what was it? I think we can, it's kind of covered there, but it's $43, I believe. So, $43. You can't really beat that. So for 43 Canadian, so US, it's much less, almost 1.5. So there you have it. Value is very good. Is this a go-to pen? Yes, if I replace with a medium. And by the way, that section, very good. It's not really, folks. It's not slippery. So any of you who might, and that can vary depending on the day. If your hands are a little stickier than usual, then you feel it doesn't slip. But I got to tell you, folks, this is not slipping. It's a very nice feeling. It's a very comfortable pen. It's got good size. So again, the size is alike. Like I said, the only thing is maybe the posting. That is not the greatest. Otherwise, I think another winner for Hongdian. So there you have it. I'm signing it. I'm sticking to it. Folks, enjoy your day. Stay tuned. I'll be reviewing the other two skeleton pens immediately after this one. I don't know. Today is Saturday, December the 9th. Will I be putting him out on December the 10th or December 11th? Anyway, I can assure you those three pens are going to be put on the channel within maximum a week. So you'll have all three way before Christmas time for you to get somebody or for you to order them if you so wish. Okay? Grazie molto ragazzi e ragazze, statevi bene e buona giornata. Ciao!